Okay, so let's get into the video. So, I know this board makes so much noise. So people always start diets, but it might work or sometimes it doesn't work. But if it does work, like after some time, they gain the weight back. They're back to where they started. And in this video, I'll be telling you guys the exact reason. So my name's Anointed. I'm actually a student. It's been 3 years in engineering right now. And my goal for this YouTube channel is to help I can't say ambitious, to help ambitious men build good physiques, good mindsets, and I would say clear acne as well. So that's my goal for this YouTube channel. So let's get right into the video. So first thing, I want you guys to understand, like I feel for almost any goal you want to achieve, any result, if you understand this little diagram or whatever, if you understand this diagram, you can achieve almost anything. So what do we have here? Inputs, system, outputs. Okay, let's say for example, you wanted to make bread. Let's just say bread. You need flour, water, yeast, whatever. And your system is basically how you organize your inputs. It's basically the process of you using your inputs. So like the bread stuff, you put in the oven, blah, 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 blah. Boom, you get bread. But then you can make different kinds of bread. Banana bread, this kind of bread, blah, 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 blah. So if you wanted to get any result, if you wanted to like, and the reason why most people don't get the outcome they want is because they fail to understand inputs. And even if they do, they fuck up the system. Like they don't know, they don't have the right system in place to make sure they get their outputs. And no matter what, one law of the universe, if you have these two in place, you would get, like you already know, it's not a matter, you're not throwing spaghetti at the wall anymore. You know it's gonna happen, like you don't need to guess. You have your inputs in place, your system in place, boom, your outputs, you always get your goals. I would reword this as goal or results. And why do I think it's important for people to understand this? Is because why you don't achieve things, it's either you're missing one of these or you don't understand them. That's the only reason why you're not achieving your goal. And sometimes it does take time, but you need to know exactly how much time it's supposed to take. Most people don't know how much time it's supposed to take. They're always, okay, so I'll say one thing before I forget my train of thought. So I have a laptop here just so I don't forget stuff, because this is like my first YouTube video, of course. Okay, like I said, goal, result, blah, 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 whatever, you get me. So the reason why you won't be able to achieve anything is if you're missing your inputs or your system's not in place. Like, you already know that you're gonna get this once you have these two in place. So it comes down to understanding if you have the right information and if you're doing the right things daily, basically habits or whatever. So let me give you a simple example. Let's say gravity. If you throw something up, that's your input, you throw something up, you know it's gonna come down. Like, it's already guaranteed. So that's the kind of mindset I want people to have when it comes to achieving your goals. Okay, reason why I'm not making $100 million every month is because I don't know how to make $100 million a month. I don't have a business or system, and I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do, like what inputs, let's call this stuff to do. Like that's basically why most people can't achieve stuff. So if you reframe your thinking, like, so when I'm stuck and I can achieve a goal, instead of being like, I don't know what the fuck to do, I'm like, how do I put my inputs and what's the right system I can use to get to this goal? But the problem with when it comes to diets, like I remember I titled this video, Why Diets Don't Work. It all comes down to this. In life, one thing I've noticed is it's never one input, it's always a bunch of inputs. And why diets fail is because most people are looking for quick fixes. You're looking for the one thing that's gonna that's gonna make them achieve their goal. But most times it's a lot of things. And people spend a lot of time, a lot of money on things that they don't understand, only to end up not getting where they want to be, or getting where they want to be short term when they're trying to achieve that goal for a lifetime. Huh? Stop looking for quick fixes. Try to understand your inputs and your system and see what works for you. So, like I said, it's always more than one input. I can give you anything, I'll show you it's more than one input. Like I said, gravity just now. Gravity, you throw something up, it comes down. Seems like one input, but it's more than that. Okay, what if I throw a bird? And how long is it gonna take to come down? Boom, that's ready. So I can change it to throw something up that is not aerodynamic. What other input? Throw something up in a place that is not windy. Throw something up that's heavy. That's already more than one input, just something as simple as gravity. So, okay. So when it comes to your diet, there's someone here, guys. I didn't expect anyone to be here. Anyway, I'm just gonna cut this part out, hopefully. So when it comes to your diet, the thing is, people, for you to achieve any kind of fitness goal, I call this the circle. It's like a pie chart basically. So there's the center. You know, I don't know if you guys know what a pie chart is. I would say food, rest, or sleep, work, and hormones. I would say hormones, like your hormones. I don't know if you guys can see that actually, but it doesn't matter. You can hear me. And the thing about this circle is, if you extend one, the other one has to get smaller. That's why I say it's a circle. If you rest all the time, then you don't have any, like if you can rest 24/7 and everything's squeezed down. If you eat all the time, then you sleep less. And I said hormones because 1, 2, 3 need to be in place for your home. You need to have good hormones. Like you need to check that your hormones function the way they function. Because when it comes down to it, losing weight, gaining mass is all about doing the right things that's gonna trigger your hormones. So this probably shouldn't be in the circle. It should be like its own sub-circle or whatever. But you get what I mean. So the thing about diets is like they try to give you all the inputs. It's like a package. It's like, you know how, the basic way to make bread, but there are different kinds of bread. There's banana bread, there's kiwi bread, there's white bread, multi-grain bread. But you can make bread at a basic level, but then you can add a bunch of stuff. Why I say understand your inputs? So you know what you don't need. So the thing about diets is when someone makes a diet for you, it's not custom to you and what your own body needs, what your own hormones face, like even like meal preferences. Most times you end up eating meals that you don't like, you don't feel full, and you just, all you know is if I follow this diet, I'm gonna lose some weight. You drink Diet Coke, it tastes bad. It's a very unhappy way of living. Like, it's not a fulfilling way to live every day. So most times you do it for a couple of months, weeks, days, or whatever, and you end up crashing out and eating what you actually enjoy, what your body's craving, what got your tongue, blah, blah, blah. But people try to follow those diets because they don't understand. It's not just about one particular thing. It's a bunch of things, your sleep, your rest, or whatever. So you can't just change your food alone. And sometimes you might not even have to change your food. Sometimes you might have to eat less. And when it comes to changing your food, you might just end up substituting for the same kind of food. Like you can make a really healthy burger, maybe change the kind of bread. You could use bread that has a lot more protein, use better beef. Don't put too much condiments and whatever, because those have really high calories. Like, you get what I'm trying to say. If you understand that this, and this is my basic bread, this is basically it. Everything is extra. I only add this if I'm trying to solve a particular thing, if I'm trying to get somewhere. Like, I know how to make bread. I only add banana in bread if I'm trying to get banana bread. If you understand when it comes to losing weight just like that, you can lose weight. Like people, that's why you hear people say it's simple, because they understand the basic concept. And so I'm gonna give you guys 2 diagrams, or no, before I give you guys the weight loss diagram or the muscle gain diagram, so I'm gonna change this whole diagram to a very simplified diagram to make you understand the whole concept, because I want anyone to be able to understand it. So before I do that, I'm gonna give you guys the kitchen analogy. It's basically how your body works. Muscle gain, muscle loss, whatever. I wanna change. I have a note here. I don't wanna forget my kitchen analogy. So let's put this to the side. I don't know why this board makes so much noise. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Yeah. What time is it? Okay. So, let's say you're fat. No, let's say you have fat. Because that's basically you have fat. So, what happens? Your body stores fat. It stores fat cells in different layers under your skin. So let's call that the fridge. It's just like a fridge. I would say the best analogy is your fridge or whatever. It's basically a fridge. Yeah, it's a cold ass fridge. Huh? Because this is where you store food. And let's say every day, I don't know if you guys can see the fridge, but you get every day, you gotta cook. Cook for who? You're made up of cells. I'm gonna draw these in green. You're made up of tiny cells. You're like, feed me. You're made up of cells. But everyone has a particular amount of cells, because some people are bigger than other people naturally, like I don't know if you guys know, like ectomorphs or whatever that stuff is. Like everyone has their own composition of cells. So it's finite. It could be this big, or it could be, but let's say for this is how many cells our guy has. Like these cells are mad hungry. And the thing is, fat cells is usually comes from carbohydrates and fat. It doesn't contain the nutrients that these cells need every day. You need different vitamins, different micro and macro nutrients. So just having carbs or glycogen or glucose stored up, because it only stores basically one type of, or like 2 types. It's basically one type of energy source, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not gonna go into that, but you get what I mean. But you need vitamins, because if your cells are not happy, your hormones are not gonna be happy, and a lot of BS your body's not gonna work the way it works. But I'm gonna explain basically how it works. And let's say this is a trash can. We don't really need this, but this is basically you shit things out. But I'm just putting it for fun. Then let's say there's a door right here. This is big. The door represents your mouth. Door. It's called a big door. It's your mouth. And anytime you eat, you're basically putting fresh food at the door. But remember, guys, it's your parent. Your body, every day, even when you're sleeping, it's cooking. It's like burning stuff up, and it differs based on your body weight. It's cooking so these guys could eat. So your cells could eat. And remember, like I said, anytime you eat, you bring in fresh food. So let me show you how the cycle works. So based on your body weight, like I said, everyone has their own amount of cells. So let's use 100. Based on your body weight, your cells need 100 calories. That's basically calories. They need 100 units of energy. 100 calories. So for you to survive, these guys need 100 every day. 100 calories plus. They need that. And it needs to contain vitamins. It's not just glucose, but you can get calories from different kinds of food, protein, fat, blah, 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 but they need 100 calories. Let's say calories. And it differs for everyone. It could be 400, it could be 2,000. Mine's about 2,000 because I'm about 200 pounds-ish. Sorry, mine's about 2,700 because I'm about like 200 pounds right now. It differs. So it needs 100 calories just to survive. So this is where the funny part comes in. So if it gets more than that, so if you get 100, whether it comes from the fridge or door, if you get more than 100, what happens? The rest, usually it's gonna go to your fridge. Like if you get more than 100 calories of glucose or whatever, or glycogen, your body's gonna wanna store it for later, because it's like, we don't need this much right now. Let's put it in the fridge. Like if you have any extra food, you put it in the fridge. That's what you do. But here's your thing. So, because you need vitamins every day, you need to eat because you need your vitamins. So, oh, I also forgot. Never mind. So every day you need to eat because you need your vitamins. So like I said, minimum they need 100 calories. If you eat more than that, it goes to the fridge. But what people don't understand is, how do I get this fridge to work? So like I said, they need 100 calories. So every day you still need to eat because you need to cook. So if you put fresh food, let's say 80 calories, you only eat, this is the amount of calories that you eat in a day. Boom, it goes straight to your cells, or it could go to the kitchen, but end of the day, your cells get 80 calories. So then and let's say you close the door, you're not gonna eat anymore. So 80 calories, you need 20 more calories to survive. What does your body do? It's gonna call the fridge, hey, we need some extra calories. Boom, it's gonna release the remaining 20 calories. And that's how you're gonna burn fat. So I'll say it again. If you eat less than what your body needs, your fridge is gonna open up. It's gonna get the rest of the food from your fridge. That's basically your fat cells, the stuff that already stored. But like I said, your body's cooking every day. It's constantly, it needs to eat every day, or your cells probably don't ever need. So you can burn calories. When they say burn calories, it's the stuff that you eat, it needs to burn, it needs to be delivered to your body as energy. Okay, so like I was saying, if you eat less than what your cells need, it's gonna call the fridge and it's gonna get 100. So it's still gonna get 100, as long as your hormones are in place. This is the thing that I tell you guys, but people try to avoid eating completely. If you avoid putting food in your mouth, yes, you're gonna lose fat, but your cells are not gonna be happy. They're gonna be red, like they're gonna turn evil. Like your hormones are not gonna be in place. And they're gonna burn fat, but since they're unhappy, they're not thinking straight. They're just trying to survive. Then next time when you get food, it's automatically gonna want to store it in the fridge. Like it's gonna go to the cells, but it's gonna store more faster in the fridge, because it's like, yo, maybe this guy doesn't get reliable food. They're gonna feel threatened, so they're gonna want to store more in the fridge faster than ever before. And they're gonna be like, oh, just in case you do some stupid shit like this, you don't eat, we still have like stuff in the fridge. It's not gonna trust you. But if it knows you're gonna eat every day, if it knows it gets enough vitamins every day. So one thing about this 80 calories, you're eating less, but you get all the vitamins to make sure these guys are happy, and they don't mind going to the fridge to take the rest. But if you make it so you're only getting energy from your fat cells, you're gonna crash out. your cells are not going to be happy because you're not getting their vitamins. You can only get vitamins from stuff that you eat, like all the vitamins you need every day to function. Your A, your vitamin, whatever. So it needs the vitamins. If not, your hormones are going to be off balance and they're not going to be happy. So how about going to the gym? Like I said, you're always burning calories. You're always burning calories, and it's either coming from the food that you eat. So the food that you eat is not gonna turn straight into this. It's gonna come in the kitchen, you're gonna cook it. It can either become less calories. It's usually gonna become less calories because some of the stuff is gonna go in the trash. So your body can either use it, can either start cooking it for energy right away, or send it straight to your cells. I don't know. I feel this analogy is just fucking shit up, but you get what I mean. So every time you work out, like every day, you're starting off at negative calories when you don't eat. You're already burning calories. So when you work out, you're taking calories from your cells. Like let's say you already gave them 80. When you work out, you lose another 20. So let's say you ate 80 calories, but because you're constantly, your body's every day is demanding for energy. Every day your body's demanding for energy. So let's say you hit the gym and you burn some calories. So you basically just took this 80 and made it a 60. So that means, boom, you're gonna need more from the fridge. So that's basically how you lose weight. Yeah, I gotta redo this video. Fuck.